Hello, I'm Andrea from the Creative Dream Incubator. This is my fourth weekly video where I share what I'm struggling with, what I'm working on, what's happening for me on the path to my dreams. So this week was pretty exciting for me in that I got this great new idea that I've been really enjoying playing with, which is after I do my dream meditation in the morning, to make art out of it, to take something, whatever's standing out for me, and take 30 minutes and make some kind of art with it. And it's such a beautiful practice. I'm really, really loving it because it gives me a chance to really process and think more about what happened in that meditation and what it is my dream is calling me towards right now. So it was this beautiful way of really kind of grounding in the gifts of whatever my dream has to offer me. And it's fun. It's a wonderful creative thing. And it's a new way to put myself out there. So it just felt like this perfect culmination of lots of different things that I've been working on, and I can do all of this in one practice, and I just loved it. And so the first day, I had no idea what does it mean to make art out of my meditations. And then the second day in the meditation, I was like, ooh, I'm excited to turn this into art, like this, what I saw with my dream. And so that was the day my dream came to me as a blue bird. And the bird actually had a lot of advice for me, but the one that really stood out was follow the flow, not the rules. So this is what I made. So in the meditation, there was all this kind of kinetic energy behind it, like a lot of creative stuff happening, and that was mostly black and white. That's why I put the black and white stuff behind it, and then the little blue bird, and then the message in yellow, which just felt playful and bright. So it was really fun to make this, and it helped me kind of explore all of my different emotional reactions to the message and my ideas about how to put this into practice. What does it mean to follow the flow and not the rules? The first thing, and this is what I asked my dream about in the meditation, because I said, like, I don't understand what rules you're referring to. What rules am I following? And my dream showed me a calendar, and I was like, oh yeah, like I'm putting all these deadlines on myself and on my projects right now, and this is saying follow the flow, don't follow your idea of when things should happen or how they should happen. So the rules are not about external rules, which I'm not following that much anymore in my life, but internal rules that tend to come from that part of us that is very linear and not necessarily coming from our wisest, truest selves. Which led to my dream showing me where I could do better at trusting my projects. So I'm working on the Year of Dreams 2019 right now. I have all these ideas about when these different parts of it should be done. And my dream is saying, trust the purpose and wisdom of your project. So about coming back into that place of partnering with the work to bring it to life, the same way you partner with the dream to bring it to life, instead of doing it all on your own and feeling like it's all about you. It's all on you to make it happen, right? So it's not about making it happen. It's about allowing it to grow, giving it the space and nourishment it needs to become its own full potential. So when I work with the Year of Dreams in that way, I'm working totally differently than when I'm working with it from this perspective of, okay, here's my timeline, let's get this shit done. So then I went from meeting with my dream to meeting with the Year of Dreams project, finding out more about what it needs. And also I had all these questions that I wasn't sure about how to do different parts of it. And when I asked the Year of Dreams or just looked at it, it was so obvious how I should proceed. So just that kind of stuff makes it so much easier to get your work done. And I think like that's the true way of working smarter, not harder, which is like leaving your logical self out of it. Right? So that day was really interesting in terms of looking at how do I follow the flow instead of the rules? What kind of rules is my logical mind trying to put on my day and how things unfold? And what happens when I really trust the flow? Because it's not about just do what feels good. Like it feels like that. Oh, just follow the flow, be an artist. No, it's following the flow actually means making a lot of hard choices. Following the flow means coming to a deeper level of trust in yourself and your dream and the process, which is scary work. Like it brings us right up against our own limiting beliefs and fears and all of that. So to truly follow the flow isn't always going to feel good. It's not always going to be fun, and it's not as easy and playful as it sounds. So I'm just doing my best to follow the flow. And where that led me to was that the next day when I did my dream meeting, I couldn't find my dream. There was this big black cloud just in the way, and there was nothing I could do to get around it or get through it or to have my dream come with me on this side of the cloud. Like this cloud was just like, no, I am here to block you from meeting your dream. So, of course, all I could do was meet with the black cloud instead of meeting with the dream. And the black cloud, of course, had incredible wisdom and advice for me, right? And it was only when I could work through my reaction of being frustrated, like, no, I want to meet with my dream now. I want to do my practice the same way I always do it. I want everything to go the way I want it to go, right? I had to let go of all of that and come into this place of being curious and interested in what's actually showing up, being present in what's actually showing up. That is being in the flow. So once I could be like, oh, okay, let's learn more about you, black cloud. So as I learned more about the black cloud, I found it actually had really great advice for me. It was saying, like, look, I see how happy you are with this new thing where you make art out of your meditations and then share it. But you can't come into meditation wanting to get a tangible outcome. You can't go into a meditation wanting to receive some great art to share on Instagram. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Am I? And it said, well, regardless of if you're doing that, you can't create necessarily your truest, most honest, most raw expression if you know you're going to share it. The act of creating art from your meditation needs to be separate from the act of sharing that art and sharing the stories. These are two different things, and I was bringing them a bit too close in together. So it wasn't trying to stop me, it was asking me to put a pause in between those two activities. And when I thought about, well, what happens when I put a pause there, it actually creates so much more freedom and possibility for both of those things. And that's the kind of thing, that's exactly what I'm trying to say with all of this, is that listening to that black cloud and working with it brought me new possibilities. It helped me know better how to keep going on my path. Avoiding the black clouds, pretending you don't have them, trying to just positive think your way to it, you lose all the gifts of all of those difficult things. So follow the flow, follow it where it actually leads, work with what's actually in front of you. Some days that will be fear and self-doubt and resistance, and some days that will be inspiration and new ideas and lots of energy, right? And that's what I'm working on right now, and I'll see you back here next week.